Today's my first taste of the brand of imaginary authors. This one right here, St. Julep, is based upon a drink, which is heavy on the mint. I'm game. Let's try this one out. What's going on, YouTube fragrance family? Welcome to another Robes 08 fragrance review. Today I'm going to put my nose on the House of Imaginary Authors. This is a first on this channel. And their mint-based scent called St. Julep. Let's go. St. Julep hit the shelves in 2017. Bottle size is what you see here, is what you're going to get, 1.7 ounce. Concentrations eau de parfum. Pricing online, you're looking at $95. Before I get into the meat and potatoes of the fragrance review, I just want to be transparent with all my viewers out there that this bottle was sent to me by the owner of Imaginary Authors, Josh Meyer, and the nose behind it, of course. This is my very first bottle from the brand, and as you guys know, I'm not here to hype up a brand. Josh knows full well what I do on my channel. I take my time with it. I'm not here to hype up a new release. He has released other fragrances after this one. So this is something that I do on my channel. You're going to send me something. Most likely I'm going to review it unless the person tells me really not to. But when you send me something, it could go either way. So thank you first and foremost. If Josh is watching, thank you so much. This is a $95 bottle of fragrance. So it's much appreciated on my end. I love getting these kind of gifts, and all I can do is give back to the community and let them know what I think. And I think it would be fun for the perfumier to see what I get out of it too. So let's get into it. The nose behind this, Josh Meyer from Imaginary Authors. The brand I have tested the whole brand, but this again is my very first full bottle of the fragrance. So now let's delve into the notes. Up top we have sweet mint, tangerine, and crushed ice accord, which smells like water, I guess. Chilled water. In the mid we have bourbon, southern magnolia, and sugar cubes, so that's interesting too. And in the base we have ambre gris. Major notes to this nose right here would have to be the mint. It is going to be a major player in St. Julep. The bourbon, Grisalva, which is of course the ambre gris group. This is an aromatic fragrance. How many sprays and where? I go 1 on the chest, 2 on the neck here, 1 on each side, and then 4 in the arms. I like to swim in this one. I really do. It's a very transparent fragrance. There's not much to it as far as depth to the fragrance, and I like wearing more on this fragrance. So as you can see, 7 sprays of this stuff. So I go a little heavy. Not that it's going to help the longevity and projection of this fragrance. It's just I like to go heavy with it, and I'm swimming in it right now. This fragrance, if you didn't know, if you haven't watched any other reviews on this, it's based upon the mint julep cocktail. Never had one. Looking, of course, doing my research on this particular fragrance and mint juleps. Very interesting, and I think I would actually like that drink. So let's get into delving into this one. All right, let's get into the fragrance. Let's spray a couple on my hand here to remind me of this introduction. And this introduction, oh, mint and sugar. Right off the bat, St. Julep starts off very fresh, very invigorating. Mint does this. As I would come to expect from a scent like this, I would expect something like that. There's a beautiful citrus quality in this fragrance up top, paired with a truly authentic mint leaf note. Very important. It's a mint leaf, very authentic mint leaf. It really is herbal in here. It's not your toothpaste, gum, and mouthwash type of mint. This is really the real thing, the leaves right here, and you're kind of just pressing a little bit on them, and you're getting that aromatic from the mint. Beautiful mint note, by the way. You guys know I love my mint. I like either one, but this one's very herbal, very nice. The mint steals the show, as the citrus is more of an afterthought, even though the citrus in here is very much quality. The quality is very high. The citrus, it's kind of off the beaten path here. The mint really steals the show. The mint itself makes this scent light green in color, just kind of like the sticker here. And it gives the scent a minimal menthol-like quality that refreshes the users straight away, which is perfect for a hot summer day. I felt a lot more menthol-like feel to mint notes in other fragrances. This one isn't particularly very much it's invigorating, but not too much. It doesn't sting the nostrils as much as others. It really sticks to that herbal feel to the fragrance. The mint is truly excellently done here, and as a mint lover of any kind in a fragrance, I truly appreciate this note in the scent as its herbal leafy quality. Now, it's not all about mint and citruses here, as it will be immediately backed up by some sort of sweetness. Sugar cubes is, of course, listed in the note breakdown, and it's correct. It really smells like sugar cubes. It's a sweetness that's not played with. It's weird saying this, but it's not a sugar that is too playful. It's not bubblegummy, right? It doesn't smell like, I don't know, pixie sticks or something like that. It really is a nice sugar, straight up sugar. The sugar never strays your nose away from the main factor of the opening, which I really, really like, which is, of course, is the mint. It's truly well balanced. It pretty much throws out that mint a little bit, and the sugar's in the backbone of the fragrance. You're gonna get a lot more of it, more into the dry down as the mint kind of goes away, that opening goes away. Nicely done. At times when wearing this, it's so strange because it pulls away from much of the idea of this fragrance, which is, of course, the mint julep drink and very transparent and all that. And for me, it pulled me away from it a little bit from some wearings, and I hope Josh watches. It's kind of weird. I felt like a gummy cola, like that root beer gummies. When I was a kid, I would always get those root beer gummies just because I love root beer, and of course as candy, I'd get the gummy cola. And I almost felt like a root beer-like note running through this scent. This is, of course, the waxy quality from the magnolia, the sweetness, and perhaps a little bit of that leathery tones from the Grisalva, or even the booziness of the bourbon gives me that idea. Of course, it's not as sparkling or as, it's just interesting, and it's not as dark as a root beer, and it really doesn't have cola, but it just brings me to that idea, which is weird. I really have no clue because it's away from this idea. It's more about the gummy, waxy aspect than anything else, than, of course, the cola idea, but very interesting that I get that while wearing this. And I'm getting that idea now with this one. So if you own this, kind of smell it really, really close. And that's where I get that. The boozy feel in here is not too heavy. And it's not too dark either. It actually runs through the scent, and it's very slight. The magnolia's waxy, creamy lemon quality shows itself in the opening. More about the waxy quality than anything from this floral. Running through the heart to the dry down, St. Julep continues on this theme as the sweetness in magnolia with the Grisalva takes over the scent as the mint moves away from being your central theme. There's also a slight watery aspect here with the cooling factors of the scent. It gives you the imagery of ice cubes or crushed ice, which was an interesting trick in my opinion. There's an ozone-like feel to the scent too, which makes it not too thick and much more transparent as a scent. There's a woody aspect here from the Grisalva too, almost making me think that I'm on a porch reading a book with my mint julep drink. Why not? There's some musky undertones here to complete the scent. Overall, St. Julep is a beautiful, minty, boozy, sweet, waxy, transparent idea of a scent, which to my nose is well-rounded and easy to wear. Very simple idea with a drink in mind, but a complex one to create, I'm sure. I certainly appreciate the use of utilizing our sense of taste with our sense of smell and fragrances to put both together. I absolutely love that. It truly is always a pleasure to smell these type of fragrances, and when they're, of course, well constructed, and in St. Julep, it is. Now, recommended age, first and foremost, unisex all the way through. Men, women can wear this. As far as age range, it really is about your particular taste. I can see more mature tastes liking this fragrance. I don't see any teens coming after some imaginary authors, St. Julep. I'm thinking more 25 and up. But again, it doesn't say anything from being under 25 to not purchase this fragrance or like it. It really is just the idea of the fragrance. Fragrances that this reminds me of. I know that I've watched a lot of YouTube fragrance reviews on this particular fragrance. Nobody really mentioned Windsor from Creed. I own Windsor from Creed, rebranded as Royal Mayfair. it's the same, not same fragrance. No, hell no. It really is the same type of idea, like this very transparent, drinky, Windsor utilizes eucalyptus to give you that menthol-like feel. The gin, of course, to give you that boozy feel. It's got citruses too. So it really pulls a lot. As far as idea goes, same type of idea. I would wear this in Windsor at the same type. And that's a good thing to compare this to Windsor. So by the way, it's, well built. Best time to wear this fragrance is a daily wear fragrance, casual work. I wore this to work, easy peasy. Season, spring, day, and night. This is one of those fragrances that spring all around. It's a Swiss Army knife in the spring. Summer nights, yes. Even summer during the day, but not those really hot, humid days. I really like just to wear it, and more a little cooler. The beginning of fall too. Mint works very, very well, and this type of idea will work very, very well at the start of fall. It's not too cool yet. Rainy days will be great for that. It's a great day and night aspects to the fragrance. It has a little bit of that, that easy to wear, daily wear type scent. And then it has some little bit of interesting notes too. You can wear it at night too. Development, linear, average, or complex, fairly average. It's in the middle of the scope. It really isn't too linear, and it's not hugely complex as a fragrance. It has one general idea. Everything pulls together to give you that general idea. Is this work appropriate? Hell yeah. Signature scent worthy? Could be. Now let's get into the rating system. Projection, 5 bottles out of 10. This is where it's going to hurt a little bit. You see that 5 and 4 there. And yeah, it's a common theme. However, I know that Josh built this way to be, not have that much push to the fragrance, which I understand. Not every fragrance has to be beast mode. Hell no. But projection 5, it's pretty much average to light. Longevity, 4 bottles out of 10. 3 to 6 hours on my skin, give or take. Compliment factor, 7 bottles out of 10. One thing to note, the wife loves it. And wife doesn't love too much. As you continue to watch my videos, you're going to see a lot in my notes that say wife didn't like it. This one, she really did. First take, boom, she liked it. Uniqueness, 8 bottles out of 10. You name me another fragrance that smells like a mint julep. I really like that. I'm giving it an 8. Very well done too. Well composed. It's exactly... I love when imagery of a drink or food or anything like that comes into play as a scent and works very well. The complexity is there. It's not like a cheap Demeter fragrance that's just a single note. It smells like cupcakes and it just smells like cupcakes all the way through. This one has some depth to it. It has some build to it. You can tell that there's some love put into this fragrance, which is a good thing. Pricing versus what you get, 8 bottles out of 10, under $100. This is high-end designer pricing, which is pretty much what you're going to get here. 8 bottles out of 10. Versatility, 7 bottles out of 10. Fairly versatile as a fragrance. Smell, 8 bottles out of 10. I really enjoyed the overall smell of this fragrance, and that goes to an overall score. St. Julep gets a very solid 8 bottles out of 10 from me, and that goes to my buy, try, or pass. This is a definite try. There is some good with some bad, as usual with any fragrance. I really like the theme was pulled off. That's a win. However, projection, longevity, some people are not going to like that. They really won't. Even though it was meant to be this way, it is what it is. It's part of the game. Mint may not be people's favorite note, even though it's kind of getting a resurgence in the designer game here. This is way better than anything in the designer game that's not named Roadster, Getaway. There's some good mints in the designer game, but there's a lot of bad ones too. So I think it's a try just because mostly of taste. Pricing's on point, I think, and there's a lot of positives to get from St. Julep. So thank you for watching my review on St. Julep from Imaginary Authors, my very first fragrance review on the brand, my very first bottle from the brand. I put quite a little bit of dent for testing purposes. Spring hasn't even sprung here. I still got loads of snow on the ground, and this is where this is gonna, I think, is gonna shine. It did very, very well for me. And as always, I'd love to hear your take down below. Good, bad, and the ugly on this fragrance. That's what we're here for. So I'd love to hear your take on St. Julep. I think is a great start for me on this brand. I really like it. And remember, as usual, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching.